Neighbor is very simple, person who live next to each other. The aim is we talk to each other.
In my childish time, I play with my neighbors. I share food with my neighbors. We enjoy all kinds of good memories together.
In order to live in communities that can benefit each other, we need to be nice to our neighbor. We need to learn from our neighbor. We need to love them. We need to share our resources with them. So I think this is the spirit of neighbor, and I hope that this spirit can carry on for many generations.
We are talking about the question of the Southeast Asia, particularly in the education, how we can distinguish from our study to separate from the Western idea. Because of the Southeast Asia, they have a lot of rich culture and also local wisdom. Sometimes as education side, we never less kind of focusing on that particular possibilities and less talking into each other.
The curious part is Southeast Asia, we send our kids to Westerners. We even don't know our neighbors like Singapore, Thailand, about their culture. It's not familiar, it's not known, it's not familiar. Why don't we start some programs in Southeast Asia? Let us know each other more and get more resources in terms of only for the Westerners.
We also realize that the schools, they seldom talk to each other. They always have good connection with the West, but not so much within the neighbor. That sort of situation actually pushes us to launch the idea of Neighbor by connecting design school in Southeast Asia.
In the beginning, we started with 3 members, and then now I extend to the 5. This year, Souphanouvong University in Laos, they're joining, and then they are hosting about this program by co-hosting with the Thai side.
สบายดีข้าพเจ้าอาจารย์พิรกรแสงดาราปัจจุบันก็เป็นอาจารย์สอนอยู่ที่คณะสถาปัตย์มหาวิทยาลัยสุพรรณวงศ์ก็รู้สึกว่าเป็นโปรเจกต์ที่ดีมีประโยชน์ต่อนักศึกษาหลายก็เลยตัดสินใจกับทางคณบดีได้ก็ว่าเขาน่าจะเข้าร่วมในโปรแกรมนี้อยู่ที่หลวงพระบางก็เป็นเมืองมรดกโลกมีความน่าสนใจมีความเป็นเอกลักษณ์แทนที่เขาจะบินไปหาต่างประเทศก็ให้ประเทศเพื่อนบ้านเขามาหาเราโดยที่ให้เราเป็นเจ้าภาพได้เกิด Neighbour Program 2015 อยู่ที่หลวงพระบาง
I think this one, Lubaban, is a very big challenge because they're also not much familiar about this kind of creative workshop. So this one will be their study part. We bring the chance to talk to the real local people in Laos.
There are various type of program, from the super intensive back-to-back sort of program to something that's a little bit sabai. And now I think for Luang Prabang, we're kind of able to hit the balance that the students have good time together to interact, to know each other, and at the same time they're able to focus into a certain craft. And then the teacher too, we have a different program for them, eat together or even to sightseeing together or even to discuss, to meet together.
ซึ่งหลวงพระบางมีเอกลักษณ์ทางด้านงานฝีมือหัตถกรรมเขาก็เลยเลือกเอางานหัตถกรรมมาเป็นโครงการในครั้งนี้ซึ่งก็ได้เลือกเอา3หมู่บ้านที่มีเอกลักษณ์ในงานหัตถกรรมเช่นการตำผ้าตำแพนของบ้านผานมงานเจียซาที่อยู่ที่บ้านสร้างคลองแล้วก็เกี่ยวกับการจักสานไม้ไผ่ต่างๆอยู่ที่บ้านดอนแก้วแล้วก็
Actually, yesterday we were here and we kind of getting to know the villagers, and we plan with the villagers at how we gonna hold the session of the studying session. So we divided into kind of 3 groups. So each of the small groups of the students, they pick up the different kind of techniques of the bamboo weaving.
I was in the bamboo weaving group. So what happened was we actually changed the concept of what they did. So like they used to weave baskets and like the arm bowls and stuff like that. It was hard at first because it was very hard communicating with them, the students as well. Slowly you become friends with them, so they start to be more accepting. You were asking like, oh, would you like to try color, or would you like to try a different concept of weaving? Then they were saying like, no, it's our tradition, we can't change it. But slowly we told them, oh, maybe you can try this, or maybe you can try that. Over time we developed trust, and maybe they are willing to change. So I think we kind of modernize and evolve their concepts. I don't know will they be accepting towards it, but they were quite happy making something different.
Traditional textile actually kind of complicated, but actually they have a very long history. And then the villagers actually very proud of their design, of their textile. They actually pay a lot of heart to it. They pay a long time to weave that textile.
Since it's so difficult to change a pattern and they want to preserve their own patterns, we were thinking that we can play with the colors.
Yeah, and they upgrade the value of their effort. The most concept is like to let them more
to understand and see what we saw behind the scenes, the hard work, the effort, and the time taken.
Promote their culture.
Yeah, because for one shawl, they actually take up to 5 days to weave it. Yeah, and it's a long time and there's a lot of effort involved, which people don't see, so they cannot justify the price they pay. But if we let them understand how much effort to do that piece of fabric, they will appreciate it more and see it in a different light, so the value can be increased as well.
I think that this whole experience here is very eye-opening, because I don't get to see such beautiful scenery and rivers in Singapore. We don't have it there. And as I get down, I start to feel uncomfortable because I saw a sight of rubbish together with beautiful nature. So as someone who shares the same environment, this planet, I think it's our job to come together and play a part to clean this beautiful Mekong River out. Yeah. That led us to the idea of, instead of picking beautiful flower, we can pick up the trash and create a story with this village which makes traditional sa paper. Yeah. It's very nice to hear different feedback from different people from different places, and they've all agreed on this whole concept of cleaning and helping. Meaning, I think that all these elements, attitude, can be found in every art, regardless where we are from. Yeah.
นักเรียนก็เจ้ามีนิสัยมักฮักกันกำจักษานี้ทางบ้านนี้ก็ยกดีใจที่มีนักศึกษาได้เข้ามาทำเรียนเอาความรู้เล็กน้อยหวังว่าอาจจะมีอีกต่อไป
I believe that Neighbour Program is bringing these crafts in their hands, and having the craftsmen, giving them tutorials on how to weave baskets, how to weave fabrics, how to make paper, is giving them a broader chance to understand how the materials can function in the final product.
We really experience the culture here, the people, the life, the everyday life here, and we see a lot more during the during 1 week here.
Before I came here, that I talked to my lecturer, so I kind of got an idea that Neighbour Program is about people from different countries come together and work together, and somehow we share experience and our knowledge. When I came here, it's a lot more than that. We become friends, and the experience that we share is not just about knowledge on what we have been studying at university, but it's about everything, like about family, about culture, about food. So we don't only get to know, for example, a Singapore friend or a Lao friend, but we get to know their personality as a person as well.
There's a barrier between our communication because we cannot speak Laos. It's a good thing that there are Thai students that help us translate everything. And it's also fun to actually experience a project that actually need to have a translator in between. But we still managed to work out something I feel like it's quite amazing.
I think Neighbours is very nice. Okay, it's just like this time we come to Laos, we learn Lantong. We know the cultures and learn something different.
I think it's really good for me that I joined the Neighbour Program. I know how to learn like the another style from my friend from another country and how to read. I'm in Laos, but I never know before that how did they do. And when I'm joining the Neighbour Program, it's like I can learn so much in this workshop. It means so much.
เป็นเรื่องดีที่พวกเรามีโอกาสได้เรียนรู้ประสบการณ์อันที่ดีจากทั้ง3ประเทศนี้และในทางกลุ่มกันข้ามทั้ง3ประเทศนี้ก็จะได้เรียนรู้ประเพณีและวัฒนธรรมแม้กระทั่งวัฒนธรรมการศึกษาของระบบลาวหรือว่าของสุภาณวงศ์นี่เป็นแบบใดก็คิดว่ามันก็เป็นพื้นฐานอันนึงที่จะเฮ็ดให้ทั้ง3หรือ4ประเทศนี้มันได้จูนเข้าหากันว่า
มันเป็นไล่กว่าเพื่อนมันเป็นไล่กว่าคำว่าเพื่อนคือเฮาได้เห็นเวียงร่วมกันแล้วมันมีความผูกพันไล่กว่ารู้สึกน่าจะสนิทกันดีกว่านี้แล้วก็คำว่าเพื่อนยังบ่เท่ากับพี่น้องน่าจะเป็นพี่น้องไล่กว่า
I think the next step is this one. I think it's a more kind of the network to create and to sharing resources among institutions or countries. I think it's a kind of grow more organic way, depending on opportunity. Sometimes some neighbors say that, hey, I want to do this, I have this, and we share. So that is how it begins to the next step.
We should be more inclusive. This is definitely not a club, but rather an initiative that pulls together talents, resources from different parts of Southeast Asia. This is a program that assists us to look in our internal bit as a Southeast Asian. This program encourages a better relationship. This program allows the students from Southeast Asia to learn together and grow together. ASEAN will have the policy to open up where the students and professionals can work and can learn in the different countries in Southeast Asia. And Neighbour Program taking a first step now. I think it will allow the students to make such a step much easier when the door of ASEAN open up. As a Southeast Asian, we can see as one is basically diversities, but at the same time we can be unity. And this is my dream that one day Neighbour Program will grow.